Hi, I'm Lorna Bateman. Pin weaving is something that whenever there's a rainy day or the need to create something and put embroidery aside or something more that takes more energy to concentrate on, and I'm feeling like working with colour, then out comes my bag of scrap fabrics and I put together a little piece of pin weaving. You don't need much for this. It's lovely to play with small children. They enjoy playing with the fabrics and cutting. They're less inhibited than we are as adults, but this adult loves it, so let me show you how it's done. What you need, or all you need I should say, is a piece of board, which in this case I've used just scraps that I have from craft board, which is quite thick. Alternatively, you can use ordinary cardboard, as long as it is fairly strong so that it will take the pins and it won't bend as you're weaving. I'm going to draw a little square on here. Whatever shape you decide you want to use to create your piece, you would draw it on the background first. So say for example it was a waistcoat, you would draw a little the front piece of the waistcoat. I have had students do that in a workshop. Christmas stockings, there are a number of items that you can do, but to start off with, do something relatively simple. So I would draw a square. For this you can use a pen or a pencil, it doesn't really make any difference. As I said, it's going to be a small square for demonstration purposes, but this bigger piece, for example, was 8 inches square. So I would draw my square in, or my shape, be it a rectangle or, as I said, a pattern piece, so that it is then on your board. I then take my little ruler and I measure off equal distances apart. Now here I've used a 4-inch square, so it makes it a lot easier because I can divide it into half-inch lines. If you're working with centimeters, then just roughly work on a centimeter apart. Here I'm going to work on a 1/2 inch. So what I do is I mark off every 1/2 inch, both top and bottom. Effectively, what you're doing when you're working with pin weaving is you're creating another piece of fabric. So out of all the bits that you usually would throw away, it can be salvages or odd scraps of fabric, bits of wool, all sorts of things, you will create your masterpiece. So now I've done the top end, now I work down to the bottom and I mark that off as well. So what I now have is my line divided top and bottom. What you need for pin weaving is pins. You need some sort of implement to weave with. Now the name pin weaving would suggest that initially it was done with a pin. However, there's so many implements available today that make it far easier and quicker. Anything from a bodkin to a super large chenille or tapestry needle used for darning, mattress needles, doll's needles. This one I picked up at an antique auction. So there are lots of different implements, all that would be suitable. So that's my weaving implement. I need my boards, my pins. We've dealt with the pencil and the square. And then effectively we're working with threads to create the warp and fabric to create the weft.